So I traveled all the way to the Binance conference, and all I got was this free t-shirt.
Yay!
Well, not exactly. I also got this photograph with Justin's son. Why exactly did I travel and spend $1,000 going to the Binance conference? And that's because I really wanted to see what the crypto situation, this cold climate, was like. So I'm going to talk about a few of the goods and the bads and couple that with a few of these interviews in this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Being at the Binance conference, we got to ask CZ, are funds are safe?
I personally think the crypto space actually today is much healthier than it was a year ago. Contrary to at the all-time high, and there were tons of bad opportunities to invest, and people invest in those.
Oh no! Oh God, no!
Funds are safe.
Well, even from the pre-hackathon, I learned a lot of different ideas on how to do the safe system that we wanted to do.
Funds are safe.
Do you want to build 5 to 10 fiat on-ramps around different parts of the world?
Funds are safe. Funds are safe.
So we're at Binance conference. We're here with David. What are your first thoughts that come into your mind?
Actually, it's my first Binance conference. So when I first walked in, I actually right off the bat met some pretty quality people.
Yeah.
So it's not as crowded as I thought. I thought it'd be more people. Binance being the largest exchange.
Yeah.
But a good thing is that it's not that big of a crowd, so you can find people a lot easier, and then strike up some pretty good conversation right off the bat and met some quality people.
Now you entered crypto at pretty much the bear market. So we met first in Dubai and then all the way here. How's your adventure like? Are you getting disheartened by the talk about price, or are you still pushing strong?
Yeah, I'm actually not concerned about the pricing at all. I think with any innovation, you look at the history, with any innovation, it goes through that sort of the similar to the innovation curve. There's an initial excitement that everybody's want to jump in, and then there's always a lot of scams and whatever. And then there's a big dip, right? And then at the bottom of the dip is when everything gets sorted out, right? So that's when I actually think it's a really good time for quality projects to come in, because everything gets filtered out, and what's left are the real company rolling up their sleeve, working through it. So what we're doing is we're building real businesses, right? Blockchain is a technology, it's not going to go away. It's going to change the way we do things. So it's pretty exciting to be at a place when there's not that much noise.
Binance was not just a single conference. It actually included a hackathon as well. So this hackathon was kind of hosted by Binance, and there were a lot of teams competing and building. I also presented at this conference. I had the pleasure of moderating a panel with some of the Titan funds. And what was discussed was very surprising. This idea that crypto and token investments are such a new field. And one of the questions I've always asked is, are the markets rational?
So I think I can begin first. So there's a famous quote from Shakespeare. That's the violent delights leads to violent end.
These violent delights have violent ends.
I think that's exactly what happened in 2017 and 2018. The cycle is very similar of what we have been through in 2014 when Bitcoin price just went all the way up to 1,000 and then crashed down all the way to under 200. And so I think two driving factors contributing to all this irrationality. The first one is information asymmetry, and the second one is the mismanagement of your expectation. And because the whole market is largely retail focused, and then so I was talking with Jamie that there's a huge echo chamber for the top investors, what we consider as a top institution, and it's probably only 40, 50 there. And because when you have only 40, 50 master nodes out there, it's very easy to conspire and just form a consensus, right? And so there's no consensus around token valuation, and then there's no effective, reference network. That will contribute a lot when it comes to information asymmetry, even for institutional investor.
And for the full video, I'm going to schedule that as a premiere. So just subscribe to this channel so you get the release of the full video and discussion. Next up, I caught up with Lilia from Enjin Coin. And NFTs are really hot this year. So now you're kind of in the middle of everything. So can you tell me what's happening with the ecosystem? What are the kind of component parts and why did it exist? I mean, we saw Enjin X launch, a blockchain explorer that you guys made. You made your own wallet. You know, what's happening with all these features?
So actually, it's been pretty crazy. Like the community and the build up behind it has been incredible. Like you should see the different types of NFTs that are built. Not even for gaming. Some of them are just like personal projects. Some are, ones that are dedicated to the love of their lives. And, so like anything that needs provenance or, all the things that blockchain brings and NFTs bring, you can use it.
So what do you mean launching? What does launching entail for you guys?
Wow. So we've been building the SDK for about a year, the Unity SDK, and it's a blockchain SDK. And it's coming out soon, very soon. Like we always say soon, and it's very soon. Yeah.
And what does that mean? What is a Unity SDK? So for anyone who's not in the gaming space, what does that mean for them? What can they use it for, and how does that relate to everything?
So basically, it allows any developer, like game developer, to easily plug in their game, create items, and then put them on the blockchain. And this SDK makes it really simple. Like you don't need to know how to code up smart contracts, or you don't need to code in Solidity. You just click.
Right. Okay, cool. So how does the whole Enjin ecosystem fit with everything? So you have like a wallet, an explorer.
So we have the SDK to create. We have Enjin Beam to distribute. We have the explorer to explore. So
right.
To explore for sure. And so we have, the entire cycle where developers create, they distribute via Enjin Beam. Enjin Beam allows anyone to basically create the NFT or the FT, just call it the fungible token. Right. And then anyone with the wallet can just scan a QR code and it just drops.
So what are you looking forward to? Like this year, it's a new year, 2019. What excites you the most right now?
Well, as Maxim, our CEO, said, 2019 is the year of Enjin.
Right.
And that's really true because we're launching, our entire ecosystem is coming together finally, and everything is going to be launching in first quarter.
The talk with Sonic was very interesting. We actually disagreed on the value of security tokens, STOs.
Well, right now, I started my own fund called LedgerZ Capital in May. That's focusing on security tokens.
Okay.
And I'm investing into the security token infrastructures first.
So there's a lot of questions for security tokens right now. So for me personally, I was pretty bearish on security tokens because of the trading and the regulations involved. So what makes you excited? Why are you excited in the security token space?
What's important about security token is it's the perfect match of finance sector and blockchain technology. So security token actually should be called tokenized security, right? It's plain security, but it's just tokenized.
Right.
Tokenizing it has a lot of merits. First of all, the cost of tokenizing securities is way less, making security offerings 1/10 of the price for an IPO or traditional security offerings. And trading tokenized securities is basically zero cost. And you don't need custodial service, you don't need clearing and settlement services. That's a whole new way to do security trading. And with tokenized security, you can also do cross-border, cross-fiat, and cross-platform.
Right.
That's unheard of in the security trading world.
Right. And there's a good reason why it's not heard of in the security trading world, because there's regulations, and every country has a different regulation, right? So if you want to trade a U.S. security, you got to sign a few papers saying, okay, look, this is a security, this is U.S. law. You got to sign, and for your bank to open even a security accounts in the U.S. to trade U.S. stocks. Same with Hong Kong. But right now, what we see is that this is a whole new playing field for the security space where you have global people trading. And wouldn't you think that the regulation space were just like 5-10 years away from that kind of dream of that reality of really having a global market for security tokens?
I think the regulations has to come after technology innovation, right? You have the technology ready first, where you have Hong Kong Exchange and NASDAQ opening up each other with their APIs. If they can do it technically, then regulatory body can come in later. But if they can't do it, even in reality, then regulations can't come.
So you think it's that the technology comes first approach, right? Build it and then try to regulate, kind of like Uber. But the only difference between Uber and securities is that securities is a mature field and you go to jail if you do something wrong. So what do you feel like right now? Do you think this year is a year of security tokens, or do you feel like this year we're going to start to experiment, build an infrastructure, and then wait 3, 4, 5 years until the regulation comes in place?
I would say security tokens are still coming in 3 to 5 years. But in 3 to 5 years, most securities will be tokenized. Right. And every asset that can be tokenized, can be securitized and tokenized will be tokenized because the cost of that is way less. Basically, tokenizing your security makes it more liquidity, give it more liquidity, right? More liquid, right? Liquidity premium gives you a added value. And if that value exceeds the price for tokenizing it, then everybody is going to do it. If your house is worth $1 million, after tokenizing that it was 1.5 or 1.2 million dollars, then everybody is going to do it. If the cost is less than 100K, right? So that's what I see it. Every platform needs good products. Right now, all the platforms are ready, but there's still less attractive assets that's listed.
So are you actively investing into STOs or security tokens right now, or are you investing in the infrastructure or investing or advising right now? What role do you play?
I invest into infrastructure first. So all the exchanges, all the token insurance platforms, all the investment banking services, anything that's helping security token to succeed, I'm investing into that first. Project-wise, there's still a less certainty on the liquidity and the exit side, right? That's why investors are not so excited about STOs yet. Also, 95% of the crypto space is not suitable for STO investment. Basically, only little part of the industry can get into that. Right. Everyone else is not even verified to do STO investment. And so it comes back to investing into funds and using funds to invest. And it's just more, basically it's an upgrade to the game. I think blockchain industry need an upgrade. Everyone in the space should give themselves a financial engineering course. Otherwise, you're going to be run away or going to be limited by the investment bankers, by the Wall Street guys that come in that want to learn blockchain technology because they have the financial background. They know about the economy and they know how to build successful business models and profit models. And that's how I see it.
Now to the negatives. So what I felt with this conference is that there's not as many people there as Block Show. It's less lively. And seems to be more sellers than buyers. What do I mean by that? There were a lot of booths on display there, but not many people were interested in talking to the projects being displayed. So it seems like people just aren't looking for new investments right now. We don't have that kind of urgency to buy. This is a very big contrast from something like when back in 2017, late 2017.
Taking a look at all those guys in suits and stuff, they want to learn about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and everything. It's very interesting to see that almost everyone and anyone is here. We saw serial entrepreneurs. David S. Ross was here. We have just tons of people coming here trying to learn about crypto. And I see a lot of new players. From judging by the conversation here, we have these speed dating sessions. We have different people talking about different ICOs, of course.
Right before the bull market, we saw so many more entrepreneurs and funds just coming in and asking very, very basic questions. I have no idea what cryptocurrency is. So it's good and bad. It means that we're in the depths of the bear market. The kind of craziness, the FOMO factor isn't there. But at the same time, the signal to noise ratio is good. Everyone who is still around, they're much more legitimate and have much kind of less stupidity, I would say. They're investigating much deeper into projects and also talking about a lot more detail than what was, just basic questions about crypto. So I feel like this is something that's needed, a phase where we start building and creating products that are useful, that get us more than 1,000 users. So that's it from the Binance Conference. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.